So as you guys know, Bleach Resonance is dead silent for almost a year now, and pretty much they have been delayed with the publishing company. Nuverse is doing some things, I don't know what they're doing, and people are saying it's in the final stage, supervision stage, whatever stage Bleach Resonance is in. It is not being promoted enough to make its hype. Similarly, we have Bleach Rebirth of Souls, a similar Bleach game that's coming out on console, is pretty much promoting their game. So to bring some hype into Bleach Resonance, why not do some character information? So in today's video, we're gonna go over the character skills and abilities. And this is already information that's already online during the alpha test. And since we could also post like alpha content, I might as well give you guys some explanation about the skills for each and every single character. I'm going to go over for the first character, Bankai Ichigo in Bleach Resonance. So let's just talk about the overall layout of the skills for each and every single characters in Bleach Resonance. And obviously there's going to be a basic attack, an evasion, which is like dodge, two skills, right? Skill 1, skill 2. And then we got a blocking skill, right? That's just like a basic block. Not only that, there are some skills that could change. Like the second skill could change into something different, like a transformation, or another skill that is specific to that transformation, or even pop-up skills. That's what I call it. Like a skill that just pops up after doing some, some type of sequence on the basic attacks, maybe like 1, 2, or 3 basic attack, and then the first skill changes into a different skill. There's so many different ways you could, do combos with that thing. However, if you look at One Piece Fighting Path gameplay, which is a game made by Nuverse, they have a different concept for their characters, which they have sub skills or change skills. If you activate skill 1 and skill 2, it's meant to be used after activating the main skills so that you could create a crazy ass combo with that. I don't see that in Bleach Resonance, and the reason because of that is you could switch between characters. I think the main concept of the gameplay for Bleach Resonance is switching between characters so that you could dish out different type of combos like that. So that was a quick overview of the core gameplay of BSR. Now let's go straight into Bankai Ichigo's skills. First off is evasion. I mean, this is self-explanatory. I'm just literally giving you guys the definition of evasion right here. There's not much to it. So evasion is like a very basic thing in any ARPG game. But what's really unique about some other games like Fighting Path, they include some type of techniques within evasion. It could be some type of skill that could activate when you try to evade, like do a simple evade. It could be some type of invincibility activation, or some type of battlefield effect that could happen during an evasion. I do see that in Fighting Path for the future characters, right? There could be something like that. So let's talk about block, or the game calls it Fugetsu block. I think I'm pronouncing that right. But what's really interesting about this is that this blocking system is within all characters in Bleach Resonance. It's like a part of the game mechanic. So it is like a parry. So once a parry has been successfully activated, you get additional type of skills that activates for the character. So what type of skills does Bankai Ichigo activate? So after evading an enemy's attack at high speed, and when the parry is successfully activated, Ichigo unleashes 13 high-speed swing slashes with Tensei Zangetsu around the enemy. He then accumulates his Reiryoku and performs a powerful downward strike that deals X% of damage. So I'm not exactly sure if it's a 546 or some random number. That's definitely going to change, right? And knocks the enemy away. While this skill is being released, Bankai Ichigo will be in invincibility status. Not gonna lie, all of that in one parry skill or one block, successful block, does a lot of things for this character, right? So he's actually really good. Normal attacks is next, guys, and very interesting stuff here. So Ichigo unleashes a series of high-speed slashes with his Tensei Zangetsu toward the front, dealing 5 rounds of X% of damage, which is gonna definitely change. If the attack is paused after the third round of super high speed slash, Ichigo will accumulate Ryukyu and a cross-shaped flame will appear on him. Tapping normal attack right after that, which calls him to release a skill branch called Tenbu Rengen. So what I'm seeing here, there is a condition on his basic attack, right? And I've seen it so many times in Fighting Path where there is a different type of skill activates upon some type of sequence on the normal attack. So it could be 1, 2, 3 basic attack, and then there could be some switch in the flow. So this way you're not, always doing the basic attack, doing the repetitive combo and flows. There is a condition where you could activate some type of new skill if you pause on the third strike, so that you could deal even more damage to the opponent. And let's talk about that new skill that activates when you pause, and that's the normal attack branch, or I would call it like a pop-up skill or a sub skill. Unleashes a series of high speed slashes toward the enemy, dealing 6 rounds of X% of damage in total. So this is a skill that activates even after doing a basic attack. So this is something that you really need to prioritize to do even more damage. Let's talk about the most important skill for Bankai Ichigo, which is obviously his first skill, which deals really good damage. So basically, Black Ryutsu covers his Sankupakto, unleash its maximum destructive power against the enemy in a split second, dealing X% damage to the target hit, and applies some type of mark, which is the Moon Fang mark, onto the enemy. After hitting the enemy with Getsuga Tensho, immediately tap the normal attack button and you will do a flash step towards the enemy, prioritizing enemy mark with the Moon Fang, and immediately releasing Tenbu Rengen. So that is like the other skill from that basic attack, right? So which deals even more damage, right? So skill 1 is really good because of that flash step and unleashing that Tenbu Rengen and dealing a shit ton of damage, so overall a really good skill. But obviously these skills, are just a basic form of Bankai Ichigo. There is hollow form, alright? That's his second skill. His second skill, his hollow transformation. Hollowification Ichigo puts on a mask, releasing the power of his hollow. He gains the ability to resist interruption, so meaning any type of incoming attacks is pretty much useless because he's transforming. He's pretty much invincible at that point. All attack damage is enhanced for 10 seconds. So at this point, I believe that hollowification is only for 10 seconds. And during hollowification, Ichigo will not be unable to fight. So it's kind of weird on that wording. So I think it's because from within that 10 seconds, Ichigo cannot go back to his regular form. That 10 seconds is going to be full on hollow, and then he's going to go back. So if Black Moon Fang is not actively released during hollowification, it will be automatically released once hollowification ends. So I think that means that the Black Moon Fang from the previous skill, the first skill, will be released once hollowification ends. But the wording is kind of off right there. I'm not exactly sure what that means. So to recap, he transforms and the transformation lasts for 10 seconds. And within that 10 seconds, I believe he's going to do a shit ton of damage because obviously you got Bankai form enhanced to hollow form. That's why all of its attacks are enhanced. Take a look at the normal attack hollow form. So after hollowification, Ichigo's power is greatly increased. The total damage amount from the normal attack super high speed slash is increased to 751%. The total damage of Tenbu Rengen is increased to 725%. So damage is increased across the board from hollowification. This is what it gets really interesting when it comes to his first skill during hollow mode, right? After hollowification, Ichigo can release Getsuga Tensho twice in a row, with the first one dealing 195% damage and the next one dealing 195% damage as well. So twice. Damage is going to be insane with that one, guys. So I don't know about that, but I think that's going to be a really broken skill if you do it twice. And imagine the like the skill up, like when you try to awaken the character or add in more of the gear system in the game, which is like stamps. Like once you have a maxed out Bankai Ichigo and dealing 2 times the Getsuga Tensho on the freaking opponent or boss battle, like it's gonna be insane damage. So this is where the devs might do some changes up here, guys. Like they might decrease the duration of holification, or it might increase it and just do some changes to the damage percentage of all the skills. But I feel like Bankai Ichigo is definitely broken in this game from looking at the skills. And the final skill is the ultimate skill, and it's only been activated when you turn into hollow form. And it is, I think, a Getsuga Tensho, and it is a very destructive damage dealing skill. I don't have too much information about that skill. All I know, it does pure damage. It's insane. So that's pretty much all the skills for Bankai form Ichigo in Bleach Soul Resonance during the alpha test. And obviously, since I said it's the alpha test, it's the early build, this might all change. But I just want to give you guys a glimpse on what the character looks like and how he performs in the game, because I really want to hype this game up as much as possible. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of the early build of Bankai Ichigo in Bleach Soul Resonance, and I'll be making more of these specific early character builds in the future videos. So with that, man, hope you guys like the video. On to the next one, guys. Bye.